Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Jennifer Cotton, and today is Wednesday, April 6th, 2022, and welcome to my Facebook Live. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have been one for 20 years now. So this is my job. I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, gift packaging, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. So thank you for joining. Hello to Wendy. She said, can't wait. Thank you, Wendy. Hello also to France and Diane and Janet in North Carolina. Good to see everybody here. I normally do Facebook Lives Thursday at 9 a.m. Central, and that's when I will be live tomorrow with some stamping and lots of news. But today, this video is all about some brand new Stampin' Up! Product that is coming out soon in this catalog. And not lots, but I have a few little sticky notes there. Anyway, so that's what this video is about. I'm sharing with you new product that I was able to order early because I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and that is one of our mini perks. And so I'm pretty much going to jump right into that pretty quick here. But hello to Jackie and Linda. I'm glad you're excited. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Robin. Good to see you. All right, let me check over here. Carol in Texas. Hello on YouTube. Good to see you. Candy watching on YouTube as well. Thank you guys for watching on both platforms. I appreciate it. By the way, on tomorrow's video, you'll get a chance to win the cards I'm making by just watching and commenting on the video and or sharing it. But when you do those things, it helps me. So I appreciate it even on today's video. So thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and point this camera down. And I want to, let me just add my little thing here. Okay, so before I start with this product, which will be pretty much right away, I've announced my online ordering special for April, but I haven't shown it to you yet. And what it is if you place an online order with me in April 2022, the 1st through the 15th, with this host code right here at checkout, you will receive a free class packet to make 4 cards using the Waves of Inspiration bundle. So you'll provide your stamps and ink. We'll cut, die cut, punch, everything we can, and you will stamp and assemble these 4 cards. One of them is a special fun fold. This slides off. I'll show these more tomorrow on tomorrow's video. And then that's the class packet you'll get free with $25 or more online order with this host code. And then if your order is $50 or more with the host code, you also get a free roll of denim ribbon. But if your order in April is $100 or more on a single order with the host code, you also get the Calming Camellia stamp set for free. So all these details are on my blog, stamptherapist.com, right there. And any questions, just let me know. Now, if your order is at $150 or more, you will also receive gifts from Stampin' Up! When you check out, you'll get at least $15 in free merchandise. So don't use the host code in that case if you do $150 or more. All right, so this beautiful annual catalog starts May 3rd. This is the date that customers can order, or anyone can order, pretty much everything from this catalog. Of course, assuming things aren't delayed due to the global shipping issues. And every time our new big book comes out, 1 month before, Stampin' Up! Demonstrators are allowed to order select items early, of course, with our discount, with host benefits, all that stuff, and with limits because it's just for us to order. So I'm going to show you what I ordered. I'm not allowed to open these pages yet on the screen, but I am going to turn page by page over here on the side, and I'll tell you what pages we're on. And I go in page order basically when I show this stuff. Hey, Della. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Pam. Hey, Betty. Glad to see all of you guys. I know, Janet, the Waves is gorgeous. And just a quick reminder, I did mean to say this. You will get this kit from me, even though this designer paper is retiring, and you'll get the kit in April if you place that order, but we will cut up that paper for you. I've ordered what I think is plenty to be able to make those kits for you guys. But yes, that's gorgeous. And that designer paper is while supplies last. Good morning. Good afternoon, I should say, Landa. Hey, Simone. Thank you for sharing, Susan. No, you're not late at all. I've only been on 5 minutes because it's a different day. And this is like a thrown together live. Hey, Oma, good to see you. Diana, thanks for sharing. Virginia, hello to you. Cindy Owen, Diana McNally McCall. Good to see you. And Della shared. Thank you. And Kathy in North Dakota. All right. Awesome. Let me see if I missed anybody on the other screen. Cool. Cindy's watching on her work break in Galesburg, Illinois. Kathy's here. Yay. Okay. Awesome. Sarah's still trying to figure out her must-haves as to not go overboard. Yes. I agree. Peggy, hello. Yes, yes. All right. So I'm going to jump in. Thank you, Betty. I'm glad you're excited as well. Hi, Nayetz. Is that how you say your name? Okay. So I'm going to pull my book aside so I can talk, open it and tell you what is what as I go through this and get started with this first product line here. This is on, I believe, page 13. Yes. This is a suite of products called Tea Boutique. And these paper products are coordinating with and including our 5 new in colors. Yay for that. So let me start with the bundle. This is a bundle that I'm just saying I didn't want when I saw the pre-order. I was like, I can live without that. And I didn't order it. And then I went to a Stampin' Up event that was virtual and they showed some super cute stuff. And with my event partner, Genevieve, one of my event partners, we decided to use it in our stamp camp. So I'm going to talk about that tomorrow in my video, how you can register for the stamp camp and what it consists of. It will happen in June. It's virtual. Anyone can attend. And we're using this cup of tea stuff. It's going to be so cute. You're going to get product with fee, etc. So cup of tea on page 13 is a photopolymer stamp set. Obviously, it's tea themed, but it's a more, to me, my opinion, a more modern take on the tea stuff. Of course, there are dies. They're called teacup dies that coordinate, cut out the cups and the little tags, as well as other images. There's a heart, let me look at this. Yeah, a smaller tag, all kinds of stuff. Let's see if that tag is smaller. It's got to be smaller. Yep. Actually, looking at this, these little tags are much smaller than that tag that is stamped with the set, the outline tag. So, FYI there. Super cute. Can't wait to work with it, especially for the camp. This 6x6 Tea Boutique designer paper is so pretty. Again, it's the 5 new in colors, which I'll show at the very end. So you'll see them here, but I'm not naming them. I don't even have them memorized yet. But of course, this is a double-sided paper. So it's super cute, in my opinion. Look at that, the purples. Oh, so pretty. And so these have, the first pattern is there's lots of different kind of teacups with plants growing out of them. Then the back is just I believe it's the new color Sweet Sorbet with a little light Sweet Sorbet pattern on there. Let me bring this up. We have crumb cake, crushed curry, fresh freesia, garden green, orchid oasis, parakeet party, petal pink, starry sky, Sweet Sorbet, and Tahitian tide. Okay, so this next design is lots of teapots, I should say, with a greenery floral all around them. The pots are both light and dark purple images. And then the back, I believe this is our new orchid. I'm still learning. It's buried right now on my cardstock, these colors, but the orchid and the starry sky depend on designer paper, I could mix up till I get used to it. Okay, here is a gorgeous one. It is yellow lemons, whole ones and slices, and like the kind you put on the side of your tea with greenery. Super cute, small images. And then the back is like a fresh freesia distressed design with a little print on there in white. I give detailed descriptions for my blind team members and customers as well, in case you're just tuning in and you're like, oh, we can see what it is. This next pattern is just hard to describe, but it's little bitty, fine, small greenery in different green colors with some little pink and purple flowers on there. Super cute. The back is which pink is this? Petal pink. It's like petal pink with sort of a distressed dots pattern. It's really pretty. The next one is just lots of teacups, only teacups, white background, lots of different colors here. Some of them have patterns on them. Really cute, very colorful. Small pattern teacups, I should say. And then the back is sort of that orchid and Tahitian. No, what's the other one? I'm blanking out. Starry sky color scheme. And it's like a almost lattice pattern or checks with some distressing on there. Then we have just some delicate flowers they are purple flowers with little green stems, just delicate flowers on there with a white background. The back is just yellow crushed curry and white stripes. The yellow stripes, the curry ones, are distressed. Another nice fine print pattern with lots of little fine flowers, almost like wildflowers, lots of greens, purples, yellows, blue. That's like our Tahitian tide flowers. And then the back is just a green distressed with dark green stripes. That's like more toward the garden green, I believe, but a light garden green. Then we have a piece here that is our sweet sorbet background, which is like a strawberry red sort of. And little dainty flowers, no leaves, just flowers in crumb cake, white, and crushed curry. They're almost like daisy type flowers. More teapots. This one is just a solid white background with lots of teapots. Let me look at these dies. I don't think they do not cut out the teapots. That would be a question I would have, or the cups on the designer paper, unless there's a large cup. Haven't seen one yet. Anyway, we have our Tahitian tide, the starry sky, and orchid oasis, I believe, as well as, did I say the red? Man, sweet sorbet. You can tell I didn't study and memorize these. And then the back is a purple, super distressed image with little white sort of distressy patterns on there. This next one, we're almost done, don't worry, is white background, little envelopes drawn with bouquets of flowers coming out in the purples and the reds and pinks, and then some little yellow flowers all around. There's also greenery coming out of there as well. Super cute. The back is just crushed curry with some distressing on there. Then we have a sheet, the next to the last one, more teapots, but they're full of greenery around them. It's kind of almost growing out from behind them and filling in every spot. They're Tahitian tide, orchid oasis, sweet strawberry. And these are, my guess is on the blue and the, starry sky and orchid oasis. We need to compare that to the designer paper. And did I call it right? Sweet sorbet. Yeah. And then the back, ooh, that's a good Tahitian tide distressed with dots on it. I'm going to check y'all's comments to see if anybody's given me corrections is what I was going to say, but I'm reading Sarah. I didn't think I needed this. Paper, stamps, and dies, but now I'm going to need it. Sarah, literally what happened to me at that event with Stampin' Up is I was truly like, that's not really my style. And then she showed such cute samples. Okay, last but not least, a white background with light pink dots and then little sort of sprays of flowers and greenery. And then the back is a petal pink. It's that same sort of gingham, or I forgot what I called it before, but a check pattern that's on the diagonal. So darker pinks, lighter pinks, and white. All right, love this paper. Gonna be so fun to play with. And then these are called the Tea Boutique cards and envelopes. They're, of course, the designer paper, and any accessories I show are also found at the back of our catalog. And these are just going to, sorry, it's very tight. They're going to coordinate with the designer paper I just showed. So you have all your printed envelopes. These are only, I mean, I'm sure there's colors mixed in, but in general, these are the 5 in colors: Parakeet Party, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. So the envelopes, they have some different patterns there. All the, no, there's printing on the back too, just a little. The bottom flower design carries over, but most of the patterns are on the front at the very bottom, and then the entire flap, and then there's some flowers top left, bottom right on each one. But you have a slightly different pattern at the top and bottom of each one, whether it's dots or the gingham or stripes. And then the cards, pre-printed and scored, I believe they're normal. Yep, 5.5 by 4 1/4 card bases. They are just going to match their envelope. So we have a Parakeet Party one, a Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, Orchid. I keep wanting to say Orchid Opulence. So whatever the orchid one is. Oasis, and Starry Sky. Super cute. So that's going to make your card making super fast and easy. You can trim down some designer paper, put a greeting, be done. Of course, you can put a teapot on there, all that. We're going to use these in our stamp camp, Genevieve and I. So you'll get some of those with your fee and make cards out of them. All right. That was a sort of longer one. This next product here is on the very next page, 14. It's called Sending Smiles. So this is a photopolymer stamp set, which you're going to be glad it is because of aligning all these flowers and stems. You have basically 3 different stem or leaf choices, and a single leaf, and then some other kind of greenery image, and then about 4 different flowers to choose from. You can stamp the centers of the flowers. They're kind of like daisies. Do you guys agree? And then there's a larger stamp that says Sending in cursive. And then there's 8 just print stamps that go all the way across in all caps to put with Sending. So smiles across the miles, all the good luck your way, sunshine to brighten your day, love and big hugs, birthday wishes, a note of thanks, a card to say hello, comfort and strength. That's going to be a great stamp set. Then you have these dies to go with it. And they're going to die cut out. They're called the Sending dies. And of course, all this that is bundled can be purchased at a 10% discount or individually. And by the way, of course, if you want to get these products today, thank you, Eleanor. You can just get the starter kit. It's only $99. You pick 125, including anything I'm showing you today, unless it has gone on back order, but I don't think any of it has. But so you can get all this stuff today if you want. Okay, so there is a die that says, there's 2 dies that for the word Sending. There's the skinnier one and then the outline one. You can stamp and then die cut out Sending with the bubble one that goes in the background, or you can use it with the dies. I'll show you here. They demonstrated this as well. So there you go. It's multiple purposes. Y'all know I like big word stamps. Of course, dies to cut out all the flowers and leaves, and then a couple of label dies, the long, skinny kind for those words in this set. But of course, we can use those for anything. So this one's great. I am excited about it. Of course, who knows how long it'll be until I use it due to all of the upcoming events I have, but we shall see. Okay. What should be next? Yes, on page 16 is Bottled Happiness. This is the set I got free with my registration for the Stampin' Up! Event we just had. So if it was an event that we could all register for if we chose, it was like $35 and it was online content. And then you got a free bonus gift randomly assigned to you and sent. So they chose this one for me or whatever. They didn't choose it, but a computer probably chose it. And it's called Bottled Happiness. It is photopolymer. It probably, I don't know what I've got all over this. It probably would not have been my first choice. It's cute. Just, you know, you have to make a list. But I'm really glad they sent it. I did use it. I don't know if you can tell, it's had ink on it, to make a little gift for the people attending my in-person event with the team. And it was so cute. And I made it like a wine. I stamped this large bottle with the outline image on top and this label image. And then I stamped sending cheer inside it. And the gift wasn't even anything to do with wine, but it looked so cute. This is bundled with a punch called the, let me read it, Vintage Bottle Punch. So these bottles, they're like jugs almost. I don't know if y'all would call them something else, but one is shorter and fatter, and then it has sort of a wide mouth opening at the top. Like, it's not that wide, but if it was in real life, it'd probably be, I'm gonna measure, maybe a 1.5, 2-inch opening. So if you can picture that, these old-fashioned sort of jug things that people would put wine in. Now, they have flowers that go with it, so you can put flowers coming out of it, and I'm sure we can think of other things and other dies and stamps we have to be coming out of it. It doesn't have to be just about wine. I've already seen messages in a bottle type of cards. So cute. I think I have one. No, I don't have it. It was just shown at our team meeting. But this reminds me of like when I was a kid, the kind of wine my relatives would drink. So that's cool. It's kind of vintage to me. And it's called the Vintage Bottle Punch. So that, anyway, I think it's cute. And then the words are, let's get into the spirit, sending a little message, sending cheer, wine not, and overflowing with happiness. And there's even a little stamp for it to like cork the bottles. So super cute, matching punch. Oh, and I'm doing a class with this one, I think. Am I? Yes, I forgot to put my sticky note. With the camp with Genevieve. So again, the link will be coming out. It's already posted in my VIP group, but it'll be coming out in email tomorrow to join that class if you want. It's a virtual class. Okay, Bottled Happiness. And then next is Sweet Songbirds. This is on page 31. It's another bundle. I'm going to check these comments here. The short one, Sarah says, the short one reminds me of a jug from a jug band. Exactly, like you would blow wind into this jug and play music. Yes. So it's really cute. And of course, you know, people are going to be so intricate with their samples and having multiples of both sizes and different colors and 3D, and it's going to be so cool. But that's a good one, Sarah, definitely. Hey, Liz, good to see you here. I think that image beside the skinny leaf is a lavender image. That I believe, let me read it. Janet is talking about on Sending Smiles, a little lavender stamp there. And if you're in Texas, you can turn it into a blue bonnet. Yeah, lots of stuff. Hey, Mary Beth, haven't seen you in a while. Hello. Oma, yes, agree. Great set. Laura, hello. Thanks for sharing. Thanks again, Eleanor, for what you said. Oh, Veronica, no problem. Susan, glad you like that bundle. Okay, Sweet Songbirds is a really cute set. This also was not #1 on my list, but I'll tell you why I bought it. This is a photopolymer set. It's got 2 different sizes and they're facing different directions of birds, but it's more playful and not cartoonish, but more cartoon style birds. And they're really sort of thick. They're all solid on top. That would be where all the color goes. And there's a white section for the belly, and the beak is like white. Like when you stamp it, there won't be ink there. The punch, which it's bundled with, which is called the Songbird Builder Punch, punches out the larger one, I believe. Yes, the larger bird. It doesn't punch out the smaller bird. It punches out the larger bird. So FYI on that. Kind of like the jug. It only punches out the tall, skinny jug, not the short, fat one on the punch. And then there's a punch to do, I'm assuming these are extra wings and a beak. These images, so you can stamp those images and then punch them out. And there's a beak stamp as well. So you can build this up 3D. Let me look in the catalog. Yes. Oh, this is not a wing. It's the belly. I guess that's what you call it. The stomach, the chest of the bird. I looked in the catalog for examples. And then that's a wing, the smaller one. And then you have the same thing, I guess a smaller chest for the small bird. But again, the punch is for the large one. Okay. I'm sure people are going to like turn this into a whale, which I know we had a whale punch. I think it retired or it is retiring. Maybe maybe it didn't. I don't remember, but this can be a whale and I'm sure people will do all kinds of other cool stuff. It's almost even like a fish, but it's the bird punch. Sweet Songbirds also has a nice thick branch to put the birds on, some leaves separately, a nest. That's going to be a really good nest, I think, to use with lots of images. It's a nice large bird nest. There's some musical notes. I get a lot of questions about, do we have musical stamps? Well, there's 3 musical notes as one image. And yeah, one image in this set. They're small. Bird feet, of course, the legs. There's like just a little tiny wood grain kind of image. A straight line. I guess that's to do, there's a little flower, so you can make the flower, the stem, the leaves, and the flower on top. And then greetings. There's also eyes, by the way, and like those eyebrows. Oh, those are closed eyes and open eyes. Closed eyes, open eyes. Cute. Okay, the words, welcome, congratulations. You've got something to celebrate. So happy you're here. It's your special day. A little bird told me, and a little note of thanks. And I think it's a really cute font. It's all caps, but it's cute. It's not like just serious all caps. Okay, there we go. Now I'm moving to my box due to space up here. And the next grouping, by the way, I didn't buy anywhere near everything we could purchase. So this video is not actually going to be crazy long because I didn't purchase it all. I purchased, actually, I forgot to talk about this. I purchased what I will be using first in my upcoming events. And I know I'll end up with it all, but that's another story. Okay, Sweet Songbirds is Genevieve's class that she'll be offering with our camp. So I know it's going to be cute. Her class is going to include some gems because my class, the stamp set, cost a few more dollars. So you'll get some gems with that, as well as the cards and all the songbird stuff. So that was, I forgot to say, there was a reason I purchased it now, and that was the reason. Okay, I'm looking for my next one. I don't know if I missed it or we're just skipping a ton of pages. Aha. I didn't miss it. We're going all the way to page 79 now. And this is called, it's a suite called He's the Man. The bundle is called He's All That. And then I'll show you this designer paper and accessory there in a second. I do want to go back because I wrote myself a note and then I forgot to say it, that if you would like to get a sampling of every single new designer paper in this catalog, my sampler share, my share is coming up, not sampler. It is a sampling, but I call it a share, and you will get a portion of all of the new designer papers. So I'm still working out the details. We're working it out for the best budget for customers and what we give you. And so I'm doing it with Alejandra again, and it will be a party where we'll have make and takes, and you can do the paper share only, or the paper share with the make and takes. There'll also be a ribbon share. And that info is coming out very soon where you can start registering for that. So this paper will be included. Okay, so He's All That is the stamp set. This is for what I purchased, my first red rubber stamp set. Yay. And it is obviously a masculine set because it says He's All That. It's 11 stamps. We have image-wise, there's like a compass, and so of course that's a circle, and around the circle it says every day with you is another adventure. There is a oh gosh, I had to ask y'all what these were called last time. It's like a Volkswagen bus van but this one has a surfboard on top, and it's within a circle, and the top of the circle says together. The bottom of the circle says Haul, Haul, like this video today. And inside it says for the long. So it says together for the long haul, but it's in a circle, and it's got the VW bus, whatever those are called. There are dies to coordinate with this, but they're mostly shape dies, which I'm going to be obsessed with that throughout this year. But so there is a circle die that I am definitely assuming is going to fit the 2 circle images in this set, but it's got a pointy edge. It's not scalloped and it's not straight circle. Let me die cut a piece of paper real quick because I want to see. I can't tell if it's on the inside, if it is embossed or cuts out right there. So let's just find out. I'm not going to put the machines right here, but you don't need to see me die cutting it. If you don't know how to die cut, contact me for more information. Simple machine we have that I'm catching it in the cord of my computer when I'm turning it, that you can die cut and emboss real quick. Okay, so it puts an embossed edge on the circle there. Very nice. And let's see if it's going to fit. Yep, the 2 images. So perfect. That's cool. There's also an oval die. Let's see what that fits. Oh, there's an oval image that says, "Holy smokes, you're amazing." And then in the middle are 2 grilling tools, like a spatula and the fork thing, the 2-prong fork. So that is going to die cut that out. The point was, I got off track, but I was saying these dies are mostly shapes that we're going to be able to combine with our other stamp sets, not just this stamp set. So, of course, I'll be all over that all year. These are called the All That dies. Okay, so we have the Holy Smokes, You're Amazing. We have a number 1, NO.1, small circle. There's no die for that circle. Just taking note. Happy Birthday to a Classic. And then it's the front of a classic car. Just the front end. You see the windshield and the mirrors and the fender or whatever, the lights, all that. To the Man Who Does Everything. Nice masculine font there. It's kind of a rectangles type image there. Hello Handsome with a mustache underneath. Love This Guy stamp, which is within a solid arrow, and then there's a die that cuts that out. And then Wishing You a Happy Father's Day. And of course there's a shape label in here that can cut out some images. And again, we can use that with all our other stamps. There's a rectangle for To the Man Who Has Everything, and it looks like it's also embossed on the inside. And there's some banner dies as well with this, just to go with it and behind. There's also an image, almost like a little button, a really small one, and a photo corner image. All right. Now there are 2 super detailed dies with this set of dies that cut out sort of like an argyle shape, but like really detailed. Not my favorite to die cut, just due to if we're doing a bunch. That's very time consuming, but I'm sure it's going to look awesome. And then the embellishment that is with this suite is called Rustic Metallic Adhesive Backed Dots. So as you can imagine, they're just little dots. They're rustic and they kind of look like metal. And they're going to be sticky on the back. So of course, those are super cute. Now this designer paper, if we've had one like this, it's been years, more like in a kit, like a scrapbook kit we used to sell. But you still get 12 sheets, 6 designs, 2 of each. But one of the designs that you get 2 of is die cuts. These die cut images. One of mine fell out already. So they fall out really easy. You're not going to have any trouble poking these out. You can combine them with this set as well as other stuff. Look at this one. It looks like it's purposely torn crooked, like you tore paper out of a spiral and it's ripped on the side. There's like camping type images, fires, cookout, strong and courageous. There's animals you would hunt for, whatever, hunting, a pointing hand, dad stuff, the van. It's so cool. So get a good look at that. You get 2 sheets of that. Let's see if I can come out a tiny bit. So cool. Then the rest of the designer paper in my team, we were all looking at this last night on a Zoom. And we were like, this paper is amazing. So this sheet is so cool. It's black with little crumb cake images on it for barbecue. This is great for Texas, by the way, or cooking out. So it has cows, like the kind, cows. There's no detail on these images. They're just crumb cake with little dots in them. A pig, a fork, a knife, and a spoon. The cooking utensils, little stars, and little fire, and then like a barbecue bottle. It's so cute. Do you agree? Oh, looks like a Phillips head. Oh, let's see where we. Oh, I think, sorry, Janet, I keep forgetting to look at the comments like while I'm talking about stuff. I think Janet's saying this looks like a Phillips head screw. That is true. So you like screw in the signs you make, right? Yes. Very good. See, takes a team. Thank you, Janet. Show that. See, looks like a Phillips head screw. Perfect. Yes, Janet, this is there's by the way, a lot of good masculine stuff in this new catalog, like besides this one set. So this paper on the back, a lot of them give you fall feelings as well as just masculine, but it doesn't have to be just masculine. The back side of that cookout one is pretty much just fall. Let me read the colors. Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Sahara Sand, and Soft Succulent. By the way, in our paper share, you're just going to get a random, we're probably just going to cut along and you'll either get the top section or the bottom section of these stickers. I mean, they're not stickers, these cutouts. And of course, you can then purchase the whole set if you decide you want more, but there's no way we can give everybody all of them. So it'll be a portion. Okay. Then we have the one that's for like the businessman. So we have on this sheet, it's kind of like the one with the cookout stuff, but the background is crumb cake and the images are a shoe, a tie, a couple of different versions of a tie, a mustache, a bow tie, an arrow, a little, I guess I should turn it this way, like an award. So it's like the circle on top with the ribbon and a star in the inside the circle. And then a star and the little photo corner. And those are in black. And then there's some white mixed in. So that's that sheet. And it's, again, these are really small images. So you could totally hand cut those out if you want as well. The back is so gorgeous. It is like early espresso with faint crushed, no, what is it called? Cajun craze lines, but they're almost like dotted lines. It's so pretty. I don't know if the camera is giving you what it really looks like. Next one has, it's basically Cajun craze on the background. There is almost like a watermark of a Cajun craze star emblem. And then in front of all that, that's all over the watermark, is vintage cars and motorcycles. So one of them is like a slug bug, a love bug. There's like really old, almost Model T type cars. I don't know what kind of motorcycle, but a vintage motorcycle, vintage race cars. It's really cool. And then the back of that is just a crumb cake with almost like the tool box pattern, you know, that metal, silver metal, except it's not silver, it's white, but it's like that kind of pattern. Do not know if that's showing on the screen. I feel like it's not. This one is one of my favorites on this side. It's just early espresso, light and dark, with basically like a very large format argyle print. So cool. Again, we can go fall with these as well as anything we want and masculine. And then the back of that one is just again, crumb cake background. Whew, it's so, I feel like the camera doesn't do these justice. It's like, not pixelated, but almost pixelated. Anyway, this has got the diagonal grid on it, but they're kind of like fine dotted lines. And then there's a little circle in the middle of each one. It might be sort of giving you pegboard vibes a little bit. Then here's a really pretty one. This is going to be, I believe, soft, succulent, yes, background. And it's basically a camping scene, but really small images of little campers and trees and tents in white and early espresso. And then there's some little white stars and moon, and I guess that's it, stars and moon. It's so cute. And last but not least, another good one. I didn't really notice this one last night on the teen video. It's another early espresso with darker early espresso. Look at that. Just checks, I guess, but large format checks. So cool. Who's excited about this paper? Probably when I got it, this sheet with the animals, like the barbecue one, was in the front of the package. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that paper was so cute. I ordered it because guess what? April is doing a class on this at the retreat in a box. So you can take a class with this stuff. You can sign up for that now. The link will also be in tomorrow's like 1 p.m. email. But you can take a class with that in May. All right. Next is my retreat class. Let me see what page. So the 79 was the masculine stuff. Now we're going to go to, the bundle is called Nature's Prints. The suite is called Sun Prints. It's on page 91. It's got some gorgeous paper. Don't forget, if you want that masculine paper sampling, join my paper share. You can do the party too and get a make and take and all that. Hold on, I found a thing popped out of those punch outs. Okay, so the stamp set and bundle is called the Nature's Print Bundle. This is going to be a Stamp-A-Stack class I'm doing for the retreat. This is a red rubber stamp set. Look how big these images are. This huge floral image, which I don't. Let me see if Janet gives me an answer. Check plaid, Janet says. Tammy, this is only available to demonstrators now. So if you get the starter kit, I know we've talked about it before, for $99, you can choose anything I just showed you, plus some other choices, plus anything current. You can pick 125 for $99. But if you want to wait, any customers can purchase this product on May 3rd. And new catalogs will be coming out. Like, I'll have those soon, Tammy, as well. Oh, Janet said a sheriff's star. So Janet, if you want to tell me what any of these flowers are, please feel free. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this one's a fern. This is kind of like a wildflower looking. And then this really large one is just really pretty detail. You can see all those details that are going to show up when you stamp. It's going to be light and dark. But specifically what plant or flower that is, I don't know. And then there's another floral image there. Then there's a nice splatter image. We always like those, right? No problem, Tammy. Hey, Xana, good to see you. Oma says she's ordered that stuff and can't wait to get it. Awesome. Hello, Facebook user. Let me see if it says who your name is. Sometimes it just says Facebook user for names. It's funny. Xana says yes, Fern. Okay, so then this one has a gorgeous font. It's cursive. It's just really pretty. And there are 4 greetings. You're on my mind. Best wishes and happy thoughts. Hello there. And a heartfelt thank you. So again, red rubber, nice large images. Like they are, punch this out. Well, maybe it's the same. I think it's a little bigger than what you see on the front of the of the box here. Yeah, just a little bit larger than what you see on the box. So they're pretty large images there. And then the dies that go with it, they are called natural prints. And of course, you're going to be able to die cut out probably all of these images. Yes, these floral images. There's a gorgeous looking label die. Right? Let me cut that out real quick. I've got some white still over here. It looks like it's embossed around the edges. I'm stepping on product as I'm doing this. Look at that. Gorgeous label. That will fit probably all of these greetings that come with the set. But of course we can use it with all of our stuff. Can't tell. Yeah, that one's going to fit. So I think all of them will fit. And then there is like a wreath die, but it's different than other wreath shaped dies we've had before. Just it's a little different, slightly off circle shape. It's got ferns in it. So, but it's just a die, no stamp to match. So there's that. And then other floral images that you can die cut out for the wreath or separately. So I think this one's going to be awesome. And I'm doing a class with it at the retreat, which you can always take only a class, only April's class, only my class, only the 2 classes, or the retreat in a box, or any mix of those. So, but this is the one mine is, and look at this embossing folder called Fern. I was so excited about this when I saw it in the catalog, just in general, like with or without this product. That's how I knew that was a fern, by the way. I knew there was somewhere where it said the word fern. I just remembered. Anyway, it's going to be one of those thick 3D folders. I haven't run paper through it yet, but you just know it's going to be gorgeous. It's just like a bunch of large ferns overlapping each other, covering this whole thing. 3D embossing folder. So, let me see. Maybe it's, oh, that is true. Janet said it might be a leaf to another country like Australia, New Zealand. definitely, since we are an international company, whatever it is, it's gorgeous though, right? Yeah, she said it is beautiful though. Marilyn placed order on April 2nd, but couldn't overnight, so it hasn't shipped. I wouldn't stress too much on that, Marilyn, because I've heard that from team members as well, but then there's actually had shipped. It just, they didn't have the notification yet because Stampin' Up was busy. But anyway, so hopefully you'll have it very soon. I did pay to expedite, but that was because of events I have coming up and stuff like that. It's definitely not necessary to pay that. Okay, this gorgeous paper is called Sun Prince. It is gray granite, night of navy, Pacific point, and starry sky. It's gorgeous. It's 12 by 12. You're going to get a sampling of it with our paper share, by the way, and do a make and take with it if you do the party. But let's look at it. So here's one that's just those blue colors. I'm not going to specify which, because I don't know, starry sky, navy, etc. With sort of like the fern style images and flowers as well in white. It's hard to describe how this looks, but it's almost like if you put, it's not, but it's almost like if you put paint on the flower or a fern and stuck it on there and pulled it off. It's not what it is, but it's gorgeous. The back is the Sahara sand base with just white, sort of very abstract lines and little images that could be small flowers. They're not exactly. Look at this sheet. Go ahead and place your order now. So it's the starry sky, navy background, a little bit distressed. And then this bottom left and going all the way to the right on the bottom is just all those gorgeous flower images we described from the front, plus a few extras, like some dandelion looking flowers and so on, in white coming out from the corner. And then there's like some little blowing around, those little things that blow around, white, fuzzy looking. They're not really like dandelions. I don't know what those are called on here. Gorgeous. Do y'all think it's gorgeous? Oma's still waiting on hers as well. Yes, it's very unique. The back is just some beautiful, you know, distressed with these blues paper. Like literally it's just almost like a not watercolor. This could definitely be a sky if you wanted it to, the way it's got just some white. Like if you took a really dry white chalk sponge and rubbed it on here, almost like a chalkboard that's not very clean. And then here's another background that is like, this was what you were using when you were painting, and there's all your paint splatter, except subtle light colors of it in the blues. It's really pretty. The back of that is just a nice white. It's kind of blinding me here in person with the blue stripes, but it's just straight stripes going one direction, but uneven, like you took a brush, a paintbrush, and did each one. Ooh, it's a lot to look at in person. Then we have another, just, these are so pretty. It's blue background, some sort of very faint white, again, stems, leaves, flowers, but very abstract. And then there's some pops of a bright blue in there, here and there. Y'all love it, right? Here's a nice, just distressed Sahara sand background, masculine, fall, anything you want for that. Your leaf, your plant images, you know, it doesn't have to go with this blue stuff at all. This Sahara sand one has the white floral images on it. They're fine and small, but they're more defined. So you have the ferns and the little, some other type of little plants here. So about 3 or 4 different types of plants and flowers, but more defined, but it's fine. And they're all growing up, you know, kind of going in one direction instead of just random like most of these. So that's gorgeous. And the last one, more blue with a different type of image, sort of like not flowers, but stem with leaves, kind of like fern, but they're not, in white and light blue and all that stuff. And then some little floating, like those little floating things. It's just gorgeous. You could, with most of these, you could probably just grab any of those. They're all going to look good on the same card, the ones that have the little white flowers on them. So, and then the back of that one is a Sahara sand with just more floral images. It's like a mix right on top of the other of a couple of different kinds. One is like white berries and one is just the leaves, and it's fine images. So I hope this is helpful for my, especially my blind customers, but of course for any of you. And sometimes you can't see it as well on the video also because it's kind of pixelating because of the patterns. So hopefully the descriptions are helpful. Ooh, ah. This is what our, I believe, yes, page 109, Hues of Happiness, and that's spelled H-U-E, Hues of Happiness, Suite, or collection, whatever Suite. This is our retreat in a box for May. This is going to be the theme we use as far as our make and takes, your goodie bag, and your your gifts and stuff. Okay, so the bundle is called Happiness Abounds. It's photopolymer. It's got flowers that I don't know which kind these are, but to me, some of them look like roses. Some look like other flowers. There's 4 of them all together, and they're outline flowers. Pretty realistic drawn, hand-drawn look. And it's just the top of the flowers, no stem, no leaves. Then there are a couple of leaf stamps that are outline, and then there's a couple of little just other stamps that are a stem with flowers and leaves, and those are both very small. Lots of greetings in this one. That's one reason we chose it for the retreat, because we can make lots of different types of projects. See all these greetings. Again, a really pretty font. Sending many thanks for all you do. Congratulations. You are wonderful in every way. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. Friend, best wishes and happy birthday. And then, of course, there's matching dies. So you can die cut out all pretty much, of these images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So the 4 flowers, the 2 leaves, and the 2 smaller flowers all have dies. Then there's these interesting border dies that looks like they cut little dots or lines, almost like stitch lines, but thick ones, into your cardstock. And then there's this other image die that it's almost like it cuts a rose, like a trellis growing floral image probably into your cardstock. So it doesn't cut an image out, I believe. It's going to cut holes into your cardstock, kind of like these border ones, I think. This is all guessing right now. I haven't used these yet. That's what it looks like to me. And that's kind of how they show it in the catalog. They show a dark piece with the holes inside it. They're called Blossoming Happiness Dies, and the bundle is Happiness Abounds. And then there's these things called Glossy Dots and Assortment. Look how gorgeous they are. They're so glossy. I don't know if you can tell in the video. They're super shiny. They're glittery, sort of. Well, they're not really glittery. They don't have glitter in them, but they're just so shiny. I don't think you can see it in this video very well. Point a light down, see if it makes a difference. No, that just made a spotlight. Okay, anyway, you want these in person. They're gorgeous. And they are, let me see if the colors are listed here. I'm on page 109, but these are on page 143 as well. So let me turn there real quick. Glossy. Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, and Pool Party. So love that. And then this paper, we were looking at it again, team thing last night, and I hadn't really been able to tell this looking at it in the catalog, but there's a lot of florals in it. This is just like floral galore. This first sheet, it's 12 by 12 of just flower next to flower next to flower, almost like if you're looking down at a field that's all flowers and you can't even see the grass. But it's like, I forgot the word we used, but it's not ombre because it's not going light dark to purple dark, but it's changing colors as it goes down. Everybody understand what I mean? So we have, let me grab the colors here, but we have our purples and blues at the top. Then the flowers start turning yellow. Then they go to reds and yellows at the bottom. Now, I do want to point out that when I do my shares, Landa cuts it sometimes and I cut it sometimes. It depends on our schedule. We would cut this direction for you. We would open the pack and we would look and we would say for the customers, what would be the best if they're only getting one sheet, one 6 by 12. Now, if it's 6 by 6, we can't do anything about that, but this would be 6 by 12. We would cut it so that you would get both colors when at all possible. Okay. Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, and Pool Party are all the colors in this paper. Okay, so that first one's gorgeous. So many flowers. In the back, I think it's so cute. It looks better in person than what I'm seeing on this video. Gradient. Thank you, Liz. Gradient. Curious if a continuing pattern. Sarah, I'm not sure what you're asking that about. So if you want to clarify, let me know. Janet, I must have this collection. Oh, love it. Roses and anemones is what Janet says for those large flowers. Thank you, Janet. She's my what do you call it? My expert. Okay, so what I love about this is it's the gradient, like they said, but basically it's little like X marks that you just do messy little X's, tiny ones, going in a row across in one color, and then the next couple of rows are the next color, and then the next couple of rows are the next color, and then it starts to repeat. And it's basically, because I named y'all so many colors, it's yellow, green, blue, like turquoise, then blue, then pink, then it starts over yellow, green. And each, like I said, there's a couple of rows of each. So you have a light green, light turquoise, dark turquoise, light turquoise, dark blue, light pink, dark pink. So I think this is going to be so cute on so many different things. I mean, it's with this floral set, but put it with kids' cards, etc. It's going to be so cute. Then again, here's the gradient. So now it's just a different floral pattern. And I guess that's obviously why this is called hues, by the way, the hues of color. But so these are sections. The image continues continuously, but then the colors just change of what the flowers are colored. So all the green is the same here for the leaves. These are small flowers. It's just full of flowers, but you have the stripes, pink, purple, turquoise, dark turquoise, yellow, dark yellow, pink, red. And I'm saying generic colors because there were so many colors in this paper that y'all don't want me reading back and forth to try to remember what it was, I'm sure. Now this one we loved, and the team, we were like, what? Like because I didn't look at it until I showed them. And when I did this, everybody was like, oh, it's rainbow, right? It's basically, and that's probably what a Stampin' Up! Artist did, is it's like painted across one color, then you water that down and paint the lighter, then you switch to yellow. So it's pink, yellow, green, blue, turquoise, purple. Messy painting, like dry brush kind of look, or I don't know if it's dry, but thick paintbrush kind of look. So these are not even stripes by any means, but it gives you that rainbow effect. It's gorgeous. Can't wait to play with this paper. Okay, more gradient flowers. Different than the front, a little more space between each flower, different than the first piece. We've got some white in between, but that white is filled up with little bitty floral, like single flower images. Anyway, so it goes from the blues to the purples to the light purple to the pink to the red. So pretty. So again, we would cut this way for you on the share. This one, we always have to look at both sides. So yeah, we would cut this way so you could get both for all the gradients. The back of the one I just talked about, those flowers, is really pretty. It's like, is that navy? It's the dark blue background, Night of Navy, with just little bitty flowers in all the colors. Little bitty daisy kind of flowers, cutesy ones. They're not, you know, specifically realistic. And then there's little X's in there as well. And it's a little distressed. It's so cute. By the way, the other one that I just talked about, the front side, is realistic looking flowers. Then, oh, this is a diagonal gradient. Realistic looking flowers, navy background, solid navy background that's a little distressed. So a little space between these, and it starts at the top left corner and it's diagonal. Turquoise, yellow, red, pink, mango, turquoise, yellow, red, pink, yellow. It's gorgeous. I'm getting excited about what we're going to do with these papers. This one, I didn't really look at this one yesterday. It's very similar to the rainbow one I described, but larger sections of the colors, not exactly the same colors. We have the yellow and mango. We have the green, which is granny, apple green. And then we have a pretty large section at the top here of blue. It's going to be Coastal Cabana and Night of Navy, I believe they're at the top. So that's gorgeous. And then this is my last, two more gradient flowers, but just 3 sections. Well, kind of 3.5 sections of colors, realistic flowers, large flowers. They're probably 2.5 inches big. Leaves and flowers in the white part in betweens. And it's like cabana, navy, purple. I hope you are loving this paper like me. Another one. I did not look at this good yesterday. Janet. Oh my, I love this DSP. How do you choose a side? I agree. I know how to choose. I buy lots of packs and then I don't have to choose. I make a whole bunch with this side and then I use my other packs for this side. So this one's, again, very similar to the paint ones we've already described, just sort of a different, where they stopped the one color and started the next one, different pattern and different colors. So we have the coastal, navy, and the purples like freesia and grape. Last but not least is more gradient flowers, realistic, white background, little images in the white part in between to fill it up, and it's the red. So when I'm saying red, it's more like, they say, what did they say? Coastal daffodil. Oh, flirty flamingo, but that's to me, a dark flirty flamingo. Then you get more realistic flirty flamingo. Then you get the mango, and it's like light mango when I say yellow, because they don't list a yellow in there. More of the paint pattern. It's more at a slight diagonal. And it's the Flirty Flamingo in about 3 different versions, and then Mango, dark and light. All right. Hue. This is called Hues of Happiness 12 by 12 designer paper. If you want it now and you're not a demonstrator, contact me. But this is what we're going to use for that retreat in a box, or you can attend live. I'll talk about all this tomorrow. Like, I won't be showing all this product again tomorrow in this way, but I'll talk about the events. But this is what we'll use, plus a bunch of other stuff, of course, because you get like $50 in merchandise when you do that event. Okay, my next stamp set is called Uniquely Artistic. This is actually Landa's stamp set. This is the one she received for attending on stage, on tour, the event I was talking about with Stampin' Up, her free gift. But she loaned it to me to show on the video. I could have ordered it. I believe this is in the order, but it's not on my next events. This kind of has a flower like the one we were trying to figure out in that other stamp set. It's, long, skinny with large leaves. And then it has a filler, which I love. So you don't have to color these in. It's a gorgeous outline image that you can color in, or you can just fill it in with that stamp. And then there's a larger single flower, no stem or any of that you can fill in. This is on page 114, by the way. Uniquely Artistic. And then there's some extra images, some little floral type images, greenery, I should say, type images. There's this 3 dot image that might be a flower center. I'm not sure, but it has the filler and the outlines. I'm trying to look in the catalog for a sample that uses it. I don't see one, so I'm not sure. A lot of people have been using this already, so there may be samples out there. And then there's a couple of single leaves that match the leaf in that large thing with a filler. So it's gorgeous. I'm sure I will end up with this set, but that's Landa's. Okay, that is the end of the stamps that I have. What I have next to show you is some designer paper and accessories, and then I'll show the in colors, which you've probably already seen, of course, but I can do like grab some paper comparisons and stuff. Okay, so this designer paper is called Pretty Prints, and it is on page 133. And this is it's a really cool paper. I was confused on the description in the catalog. It says 12 sheets, 4 each of 3 double-sided designs. And I think I figured out what it means by that. But anyway, so they actually list a ton of colors with this paper. But basically there's a greenish, a more dark green, more orange like coral, and blackberry. However, within all 4 of those, there's a bunch of colors combined. So they list Bermuda Bay, Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, Coastal Cabana, Evening Evergreen, Gorgeous Grape, Petal Pink, Rich Razzleberry, Shaded Spruce, Soft Seafoam, Soft Succulent, Sweet Sorbet. So that's how they list it. Now, all 4 of these colors come in these 3 patterns. So we have this one. It's basically the sort of coastal cabana one with some darks and lights and white. There's, again, like almost like a watermark, a really large image of a floral image in the back, like a, I don't know what these things are called, but the ones we've seen a lot in the cart, in the stuff today, that they're like little puffy things that blow around in the wind. And then there's a leaf there. I don't know how well y'all can see those. Then layered on top of that, these are like layers on layers, is smaller format of sort of the same images plus this like little round floral image. In the back of that is basically the same design that we saw in another designer paper. I forgot which one, but the way I described it was you come down to the corner here, and on this, starting at the bottom, starting on the left side, it's the ferns and all those flowers. It really is the same exact image, actually, as that other designer paper. Y'all remember that? So it's distressed. It's got little splotches. It's got the little fuzzy flying around things and the floral image in the corner. So that is one of the designs that comes in all 4 colors. So pretty. That's like the evergreen one. You've got the Calypso Coral basically one and the blackberry one. Okay, so that's one design. So see what they're saying for each. How do they describe it? For each of 3 designs. So there's 2 more designs to look at. But each one of the 4 is a different color. If you're doing paper shares as a demonstrator, take note. This was confusing for me. Okay, next design. I'll just show the Blackberry Bliss one here. Blackberry, smaller, sort of ferny, florally, kind of white and dark purple images. And then the back is just solid, whatever of the 4 colors. So this one's blackberry, a little bit distressed, just a tiny bit, like you took a white sponge, a very dry white sponge, and wiped it on there. So that comes in all 4 colors. That green one's a little more distressed. You see all that white on there? That evergreen, I should say. Then here's the coastal one. And our, is this it? Is this the same? Am I picking up the same one? I believe so, yes. Sorry. Calypso Coral. And then last but not least, this design. So again, it's just the color with some floral, ferny kind of images. And then on the back is kind of that image again that looks like paint got dropped and you tried to wipe it off, and now there's just paint spots everywhere. And they're dark and light and a little bit white of the same color. So all 4 come in that. I need to remember which paper we already looked at that has some of these exact patterns in it. So this can like be an accessory to that maybe. So this one is called Pretty Prince. It coordinates with the Sun Prince Suite, it says. So that's the one, the blue one. Is it the same exact patterns as Sun Prince? I think it's some of the exact same patterns as Sun Prince, but in those other colors. So I also need to consider this when I design my class, but side note there. Okay. So there's that one. Then we have, yay, a black and white paper. In our new catalog. It's called Perfectly Penciled. It's white. Well, no, some of them are black on top, but anyway, it's black and white only. So we have one here with really large floral images in black, realistic, really artistically drawn. And of course you can color those in to be anything you want. And there's butterflies flying around on this page, realistic, really pretty butterflies. It's sort of sketched looking, but realistic. And then the back is just this pattern where it's like black, distressed black, and almost like if you took a circle, a half-inch circle outline and just stamped it all over, overlapping, but in an exact pattern. So those are circles repeated. They all overlap each other, just covering the whole thing. Then here's one. It's just white with leaves, stems with leaves growing off of them in a diagonal pattern, just repeated over and over. There are probably 2 or 3 inches long, each stem. Yep, 3 inches by about 1.5 or so, repeated over and over. Back is black with little distressed white flowers just solid flower, like almost like if you made your own stamp and there was no detail in it and you stamped it a little messy, so it's not solid. Here's another one. These flowers from the first one too, they remind me of a stamp set either that we still have or it just retired or it's going to retire. Forever Blossoms or something like that. Anybody know what I'm talking about? So this is white with the black images all over it, and it's a flower with some leaves growing out of it and a little bud. Repeat that side by side all over. They're small patterns. Same patterns as sun prints. You guys agree? Yeah, Janet, I don't think melon was listed on that one paper, but I think also sometimes Stampin' Up, like there's colors in designer papers that aren't listed on there. Okay, the back of the small flower one is just black, super distressed with the white, with white dots all over it that are like not even. They're small dots, but they're not even, and they're like almost like you scribbled dots on there. Okay, this is a very symmetrical pattern of white with basically, if you break it down, there's the same exact little image of a stem with a little 4-petal flower on it in the center, and then like 2 leaves coming out and a bud coming out on the left. Repeated exactly like if you were doing this on your computer and you copy and paste it in a row on a diagonal. So it's very symmetrical there. And then in between, you just put this little medallion kind of image in between every little section of flowers. So that's really cute. Back, just simple white with black stripes that are very distressed. Thick black stripes, maybe 1/8 of an inch thick, which is pretty thick for a stripe, and very distressed. This one was my favorite, just looking at it at first glance yesterday. It's white, black floral images, but they're all growing in an upward pattern, like straight up. And then they're just kind of overlapped on top of each other. They're all outlined. By the way, this whole set is pretty much as outline images, so you can color them in. But this will work not colored in, of course, to me. And I don't know what kind of flower you would call it, but it's got like the little portion at the bottom that would be green, and then the petals come out of that. There's some buds, some full flowers, and leaves, of course. So I just like how they're all going straight up the page. I just think it looks really cool. The back of that one, really nice, just a background for anything. It's black with white lines going both directions, super uneven, almost like a screen door, but if it was the screen, the metal pieces were really far apart, like 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I mean, 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch apart, thicker white lines than a screen door would be. And then you had that all white, and then you took sandpaper and rubbed half of it off. That's what that looks like. And last but not least, this one is white with black and white flowers on it, small pattern covering the whole thing. You can color the flowers in, but it's more thick. It's like the black lines are thicker a little bit. It just seems more, you'll see what I mean? Darker than the other ones that have flowers, because it's like thicker, slightly thicker lines, like a 5-point versus a 10-point or whatever on your pen. It's really pretty. And the leaves are solid black on this one. All the other ones you color the leaves in. So you would just color the flowers here, or color only around the flowers, like a blue background or something. And then the back side of this one is gorgeous as well. It's black with white. These are not outlined to color in. It's just white little stems with berries, sprigs, whatever you want to call them, little wildflower looking flowers, little groupings of those all over it. And they are all growing in an upward pattern, so it goes kind of one direction. All right. That was perfectly penciled. I guess it's supposed to look like a pencil, but to me it really does not, but it looks gorgeous still. Then I've ripped a lot of my packaging apart, as you can see. Perfectly penciled was on page 133. Our new in color, or our new 6x6 designer series paper assortments are on page 135, and they're going to come in all of our colors: regal, subtle, neutral, brights, and the in colors, the old one that's carrying over and the new one. So these are the new in colors, but really what I wanted to show you here is the patterns. So you get all of those colors in each family. There's one that's, so they're always going to be like the color, real red, whatever, with a lighter of that color or some image on it. So this one is the starry sky. And then the little images on it are little flowers and leaves, little bitty. When I say little solid flowers with no detail, and then little berries and leaves and stuff. Super cute. And then the back is stripes. So it's like light. The whole thing looks like light starry sky with dark stripes going down it, but then in between those stripes is little bitty diagonal stripes all the way down the line of almost like white, super light. May not be able to see that on the camera, but there's detail in there. And then there's only 2 designs total throughout this whole pack. The other one is a sort of, again, y'all can help me out. It's plaid or argyle, probably plaid. No, argyle has the diamonds. It's just plaid. Going, on the angle of all different thicknesses and light and darknesses of whatever the color of the paper is. Hopefully so that could be, depending on the color, great for masculine cards. And then the back, I really like that one. It's just a solid color with small polka dots. The circles are pretty much solid, not uneven circles, but they're placed unevenly, and some of them are lighter and some are more white. That would be a great sky right there, because of this is a blue. But anyway, so those patterns repeat in every color in your set. So this is the parakeet, party, orchid, oasis, Tahitian tide, and sweet sorbet. And then if you purchase that in any other family collection, then it'll be those colors. Let me actually do these 2 next, and then we'll do that one. This is a thing. Let me see if I'm in the right. Yeah. On page 139, this is called Lovely Layers Vellum. It's $6. I think it's going to be really popular because it's so cool. So these are 3 3/4 by 5-inch pieces of vellum. You get 60 sheets. I'm trying to take it out of the package. I'm reading. 5 each of 4 printed designs and 40 plain sheets. Now this is thin vellum, not like our cardstock vellum that we sell. It's very thin, which is fine, but just, it is. There's 1 sheet. Let me just take 1 out. So when you take it out, it's not as dark as you see there, because those are all stacked on top of each other. But we do have light and dark black, basically, darker and lighter. And you can just layer this on your projects however you want. So again, there are 4 printed designs. So that's the first one. It is basically greenery images going all the way around the edges, and the middle part is blank. Then there's one that is little dots at the top and bottom, kind of like they're raining down from the top and raining up from the bottom. And then there's almost, it's not an oval, but there's almost like an oval section in the middle that's clear. Can you imagine this? Graduation, party, New Year's. Oh, I have to remember this for New Year's. I think that's, I mean, it can be lots of stuff, but there you go. And then this one though, I love, it's, I don't know what you call it, but of course to me, it gives me mountains, hills. So it's, imagine you draw just like a hill at the bottom going one direction, and then you do another hill going the other direction, overlapping it, and you just keep going up with the hills. It's so cool. It looks gray, the images that are printed on the vellum, and it's darker at the bottom, so it's like ombre, light gray to dark gray. Isn't that going to be great, especially with all of our nature stuff? And I think there's one more. Oh yeah, the other one I loved. It's just got this super dark, well, okay, it's not as dark as when they're all together, but it is a dark double line circle right in the middle. Actually, triple line, large circle right in the center. 3-inch circle. Isn't it cool? The mountain reminds me of Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina. Janet, awesome. And Janet did agree with the cherry blossoms on that paper. Isn't that cool? Like, I just love this vellum paper. And then at the back, it's literally 40 sheets that are not printed that you can do whatever you want with. I've bent one already, apparently. So I think that's really cool. And then last but not least here before the in colors, this paper, I couldn't show it very well on my video last night. And I don't know how well it's going to show today. It looks like wallpaper, doesn't it? Like in a good way. I'm not saying that bad, but it looks like that fancy wallpaper you see in possibly older homes. I don't know. It's called brush stroke 12 by 12 specialty paper. You get 3 colors, 1 of each. It's just plain on the back. So it's not, you can't use the back. I mean, you could, but let me see if you can see. I don't think you can. You can kind of see the pattern on the back, but it's like a vintage wallpaper. Let's see if you can see it better on any of the other colors. You can kind of see it there on this blue one. So let me read the colors. We have, it's thin too, but it's almost has a feel to it. It has a texture. If you're a tactile person, you're going to like touching it. It's like soft. It's soft, succulent, blushing bride, and night of navy. And you can get this in our shares as well. Isn't it pretty? So that's going to be fun to work with. But it's got like, I don't know how you describe the pattern on it. It's not really a pattern, but just think that textured wallpaper. Somebody made. It's not really, it's might be a tiny bit embossed, Janet, but it's not like you can feel like an embossed, you know, if you run something through the embossing folder. It just looks embossed, and it's very shimmery. It's shimmery. So kind of like Wink of Stella type shimmer, but all over. I mean, more subtle than Wink of Stella. But you can see that gloss there, right? That like shimmer when I turn it a certain way. But yeah, I wouldn't really call it embossed, but maybe a tiny bit. Okay, and then this is in color. That's why I saved it. I know I already showed the one in color, but here are the in colors. Oh, I missed 2 products. Let me just show these real quick. For the bottle set, there are shaker domes. And then you can use these for whatever you want, but they go with the shaker domes. There are these things called effervescent elements. Has anyone ordered these? It's heavy. You get this package, and I picked it up out of the box. And I was like, oh, like it's truly heavy. And it's very full of these elements. So hopefully I won't spill them all over the room. They're gorgeous. Now they are loose, of course. They're pretty much, yep, they're circles. I started to say solid circle, but it's a circle all the way around, not flat on the bottom. I do not want to spill those. They're heavy. They are like beads, I guess, but without, I assume there's no holes in them. They're kind of iridescent. They're definitely iridescent. And you can fill these shakers with them as well as other stuff, I'm sure. They could look like bubbles. Yes, definitely. It's probably what their Stampin' Up was thinking. They're called effervescent elements. I'm really glad I bought them, but I was so surprised at the weight of that package. When I picked it up, I was like, okay, that's a heavy little thing there. And then again, the shaker domes to go with the bottle, the vintage bottle punch and all that. All right, so there actually are even more in color products that we're not allowed to purchase yet. There are so many in color products this year. I lose a roller ribbon. I had it yesterday. But I have the ink pads, the Stampin' Blends, this new in color glimmer paper, the ribbon, which me and my team were freaking out over yesterday. It's not Sweet Sorbet, that's the color. It's called Metallic Woven Ribbon. Can you say Mardi Gras? Can you say party? They were like, does it tie in a bow easy? I found it, Jennifer. So that's why this one's open. Yes, it does. It's 1/8 of an inch wide. Ties super easy into a bow. I haven't made, obviously, a project with it yet, but I think it's going to be really easy to work with. And of course, it comes in the 5 new ink colors: Parakeet Party, Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide. It gives me party vibes, this ribbon. I love it. Then there is, with those in colors, the Baker's Twine pack. Every single color in a white and whatever color Baker's Twine. That's going to be, you're going to get some of that with the camp, but, you know, not to give too many secrets away. I really like this glimmer paper because I think hopefully we'll be able to get more cards out of one pack, if that makes sense, or more projects out of one pack. So of course it has all the 5 in colors. It is ombre, so it gets lighter on bottom and dark at the top. They asked on the team last night, is it textury or the flat glimmer that feels smooth? It is textury. I like it. It's not gonna flake off at all, but yes, you can feel texture on it. It's thick, in other words. And again, the 5 colors. Look how bright this Parakeet Party is. Mardi Gras for sure. I love this. So one of my downline asked if Tahitian Tide said that I thought it was different, but now that I see it in person, I think it's a lot like it. But someone on the team said she has some tempting turquoise somewhere and she's going to compare, which I love that color so much. So if it is, I'm glad. And then here's our Starry Sky and Orchid Oasis. Okay, so that's the glimmer paper. That's on page 139. You get 20 sheets for $12. As a reminder, I cannot get that back in the package. You can't order these products yet unless you're a demonstrator. So, hey, Mary Ellen. I know, Sarah, gorgeous ribbon, right? Okay, so does anyone, well, I don't know how many people are here. I probably lost half of you because this video is so long. Does anyone want me to compare any colors, current colors, to these new in colors? Here's all the card stock. Again, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Sweet Sorbet, Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky. And last night, someone said they were thinking that the Orchid Oasis would be great for a purple blend. And I colored with it, and I said, I don't really think that is going to go with purple too well. It does match the paper. It is orchid, but where is it? And I got out Gorgeous Grape. And then I got out Highland Heather. I said, I don't know if that's like a, they might coordinate, but I don't know if you could, I don't know. I don't know if it's light purple, dark purple kind of situation. And then we got out Night of Navy to compare that to Starry Sky, which I don't think this camera is reflecting this color right. To me, this looks a lot brighter on camera, but you can see they are different. Let me see y'all's comments. I think Janet thinks Tahitian Tide is much lighter than turquoise, which it definitely could be. It's one of those deals where it's been so long since I've seen real Tempting Turquoise in real life that I could be remembering it wrong. Oh, did I show these? I didn't show these either. Darn it. I have two things of those effervescent elements. But I think these are going to be fun colors to work with, really party colors, especially this ribbon. I mean, come on, party ribbon. These are in color matte decorative dots. So you've got all the colors there. I'll open it because one of them is hidden. There's that. And here is some gorgeous in color opal rounds. Oh my gosh. So these do have the little glitter, you know how it's mixed in with the acetate plastic, whatever these are made out of. But they're so gorgeous. So a couple of in color embellishments there. And again, I don't even remember, I don't know if we could order all of the new in color embellishments because there is a ton of new in color stuff in this book. So anyway, if I try to look in the catalog, y'all will just be waiting forever. So Oma says, love all the new embellishments. I agree. How does Starry Sky compare to Misty Moonlight? Good question. This is what I was looking for, your questions. Misty Moonlight is here. To me, they don't look good together in person. When you put and I'm not one of those people that can see undertones of colors. I just can't. But when I put these side by side, Starry Sky turns purple to me. This is Misty Moonlight, that's Starry Sky. And let me bring in, there's Orchid Oasis. See how low I can put that. So they're just different, I guess would be my answer. That's Misty. Night of Navy. Oh, that makes this look gray. But anyway, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. Looks periwinkle, not purple, not blue, right in the middle. There you go. So I'm going to give it a second and see if anyone else has a question about, you know, a color match or anything. This is the Heather and purple. Heather and Gorgeous Grape, I should say. Yeah, I think Sarah's right with the periwinkle description. Just a bunch of pretty colors right there that are different. Janet's going to miss Misty. Yeah. Yeah, and I know, I can't remember where I heard it, but some people were saying they thought, of course, on the computer, you can't tell anything, so we didn't really know. But they were like, Misty might look like Starry Sky, which some people would be very happy about so that they could keep their Misty Moonlight. Some of the new don't coordinate with the old. Could be true, Cindy, and I definitely haven't had time. Like I literally haven't pulled out any colors to compare or see what matches well. So that will be interesting to see what everybody starts coming up with on color combinations. We can use the catalog to start, see what colors they put in the designer papers. How did they mix, basically like what did they mix blank and blank with? That's where I usually get my color combos from. I'm trying to flip real quick to see if there's one. So here's one, for example. It has Calypso Coral, Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia, Parakeet Party, and Starry Sky in one paper. That gives me a blueberry vibe, blueberry bushel when I move that up. Coral Curry Freesia. Coral Crushed Curry, Fresh Freesia. Let's just see how this color combo looks. So that's just one example of a color combo from the Butterfly Kisses designer paper. You haven't seen it yet if you're not a demonstrator. Get these out of the way. So anyway, but I just am not necessarily good at combining colors, so I will be using that kind of stuff. Janet's like, I'm not sure if I'll love these colors or not. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching me for an hour and 47 minutes. If you have any questions on anything, let me know, of course. We will be working with these new colors more, obviously, in the future. But my live tomorrow is all current products. So hopefully you can tune in at 9 a.m. Central and watch my video on YouTube or Facebook. And thank you guys all for watching today. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I should say anything else, but yeah. Reminder. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad you guys like the unboxing. And I'll be glad when I can get even more product from the new catalog, but I'll be patient. I have to work with what I have first. Marilyn says Stampin' Up! Has the new in color coach for us. So that'll be on the demonstrator side. And so I will try to remember to grab that to post on my blog. But if you're a demonstrator, you can access that. Awesome, Cindy. I'm glad you liked it. Sarah, exactly. She's like, I agree, Janet, but they look really cute in the tea suite. I know. We'll just see how they grow on us. Some, we have those good years and bad years with colors. But thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. And I will see y'all